Yeah, that's right. Yep. And the next one, yep, that's when it's coming. Wait for it. You're going to love it. Hey there, viewers. Vito Gold here, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire. The guy what brings you the stuff that you needs to buy. Next time in the Dark Vault of Public Domain, it ain't going to be the Dark Vault of Public Domain because I gave the guys the night off. That's right, a much deserved night off. They can go hang out at the Vito Miniature Golf Course or something like that to relax. Well, you, the people out there, you are going to be treated to a special 2-hour shopping spectacular. That's right, we will be showing you creations created specifically for consumer consumption and economic development of progression of the entire world to move us forward and give us the stuff that we need to have. Because you know what? I'm Vito Gold. I bring you the stuff that you needs to buy, and I'm going to be bringing it to you right here next time when you tune in for the Dark Vault of Public Domain. That's right. Hey there, folks. Vito Gold here, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire. The guys what bring you the stuff that you needs to buy. Hey, do yous like to shop? Do yous like to get the bargain of a lifetime every time you buy something in your lifetime? Do yous like to help the economy by spreading around the money and getting the stuff that you needs but maybe you don't have yet? Well, let me tell you, folks, yous is in luck because Vito Gold is going to bring you for the next 2 hours the most fantastic bargains, the most fantastic stuff that you needs to buy. And it's all coming up right now. Hey there, folks. Vito Gold here, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire, the place that brings you the stuff that you needs to buy. Well, tonight I've given everybody in the Dark Vault of Public Domain the night off, so we here can bring you a 2-hour shopping spectacular. That's right. Vito Gold is going to be telling you all about some fantastic bargains and things that you can buy, that you needs to buy, that you don't have yet, but you can get from Vito Gold, the mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire. So watch tonight because we got special features that are going to keep you entertained, going to keep you educated, and keep you moving toward those phones so you can call us up and get that stuff that you needs to buy. You know, the economy is like an engine when you buy stuff from Vito Gold that moves forward. And we here are the engine that keeps things running. Speaking of engines, we got a feature for you tonight to start off that's all about engines. See, there's this guy talking to this other guy and they're talking about engines and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's called drawing a count. So, we're going to be bringing you special bargains, special features, and all kinds of good stuff tonight. Get to your phones. The number is Klondike Raymond 5 $28K for the Vito Gold 2-hour shopping spectacular, and it's going on right here, right now, just for you.
Surprising how much power they get out of an engine that doesn't look so very big.
Yes, about 1,000 horsepower.
In the 4 engines together?
Oh, no, 1,000 each. About 4,000 or so all told.
Well, looks like I'm getting curious at the right time. You seem to know the answers.
I'm an engineer, automotive.
An automobile engineer? Just the man I need. My name is Alan.
Reynolds is mine.
I don't want to bore you, but there's some things I'd like to ask you.
Well, you won't bore me by talking about engines.
You see, I'm a cartoon animation director.
You mean you draw cartoon comedies for the movies?
That's right. We're doing a cartoon with a bunch of little imps using an automobile to win a war. Everything is swell except we get in trouble whenever we try to show the engine.
I'm on my way out to the coast for a vacation, so I ought to forget about engines. This cartoon stuff sounds interesting. I always wondered how they did it.
Well, maybe we can dicker a bit. How about spending a day or two at the studio?
That sounds okay to me. We've got a cutaway engine out there that might help you. Suppose I have it sent over to your place.
That's fine. And when you come over to the studio, I'll show you what we've finished.
I think it's pretty clever the way you fellas combine cartoon figures with something that looks as real as that automobile.
We made tracings from photographs of a real car for those scenes. But when it came to the sequence inside the engine, we began to have troubles.
I think the cutaway engine will help you there. It ought to be here by now.
Well, let's go and see. These are the animators, the boys who make the original drawings. We want an army of imps making the engine go. Now you show us what they should be doing.
Well, let's have one of the little fellows on each valve. They could be in the special uniform of a mechanized unit.
A great idea. Then we make the imps' hats in the shape of valves, and then have them jump up and down. The action will make them open and close the chamber with their valve hats.
That sounds good. Except this engine, that belongs in the car you're showing, has overhead valves. Notice that the valves are on top, and you have a direct flow of fuel mixture into the combustion chamber.
Oh, well, then we'll put the imps up on top.
And because the fuel comes directly into the head, that means greater economy. How about having an old miser imp in charge of doling out just the right amount?
A stingy-looking fellow with whiskers who just hates the idea of waste.
That's okay.
The valve mechanism is specially designed for quiet operation, just like everything else in this engine. Why not have monitor imps walking around with quiet please signs?
Say, we'll make a cartoonist out of you yet. Oh, here's the way the valve imps will look. 10 or 12 drawings will be filled in between these two just for one complete movement. When they're all drawn, the action of your imps on the valves will be perfectly smooth and natural.
Say, when we get to the place where the general calls for more speed, why don't we turn this thing into an airplane engine? Look, the imps go so fast they're just a blur. We fog out the shot and change to an airplane engine.
It's a beaut. That gag is older than you are, fellow.
Not bad, though. Remember what I was telling you on the plane, Alan? Aeroplanes have valve and head engines, too, because they want the greatest amount of power, the last possible ounce they can get, and fuel economy at the same time for long-range operation. As a matter of fact, all the engines that hold major speed records are this same valve and head construction.
We have enough trouble making these drawings look like an automobile engine without asking for more. Let's get back to this one here.
This engine has 90 horsepower for plenty of pep and performance. Why not have one of the imps in charge of the horses? Someone who could really handle them. What would you think of a Roman chariot driver?
You're doing fine. We'll make him a big, muscular guy with a whip. Okay?
And this engine has quite an oiling system. 4 distinct types of oiling, in fact, to meet the needs of different operating parts most efficiently and economically. So, some of the imps could be dressed like a crew of oilers, with little sprays and cans.
Sounds all right to me. What's this space for?
That's the water jacket. It runs around all the cylinders to cool them off. With the valves in the head, you have more room for cooling around the cylinders.
That's where our Navy comes in. Imps in submarines. Maybe even mermaids.
Well, what I want to know is how you get the sounds of the engine and voices to go with your pictures.
That's easy. Let me show you. We use a regular actor whose voice fits the personality of the character we've created. In this film, the general of the imp army does most of the talking.
Put on more speed. Give it the works.
The voice is on film now, on the soundtrack.
Put on more speed. Give it the works.
We make a note of how much film is taken for every syllable. That is, how many frames are separate pictures. There are 16 frames to every foot of movie film. So if it takes 12 frames to complete a word or a piece of action, the animator knows he has 12 drawings to make. He uses his own lip movements as a guide when he draws a character speaking. Animators don't have to be crazy, but it helps. This is how the animators check the motion in their drawings before they're photographed. We have a timing device which gives our musical director his tempo. We photograph the drawings with the moving beater showing on the edge. We check our action and record the music to this tempo. This is the tracing and opaquing department. In here, the drawings that have been checked are traced with ink on transparent celluloid. We call them cells. Then over here, the opaquers fill in between the lines to give the character body and to block out the background. These are the backgrounds over here. Still more drawings. In fact, in a 10-minute animated cartoon, there are 15 to 20,000 separate drawings.
Wow. I never realized it took that many.
The cells are put together like an assembly line, and they're photographed one by one over the backgrounds.
Hey there, viewers. Welcome back. Vito Gold here, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire, the maker of the finest 28-karat gold accessorizing that you can buy anywhere in the entire world. And we're happy to bring you tonight this 2-hour shopping spectacular here from the dark vault of public domain. You know, say you're getting a little bit older, you're thinking about retiring, Maybe you just got a little free time. What are you gonna do with yourself? Hey, I know. Go bowling. Yeah, go bowling, because that's a good thing for you. You get some exercise, you meet some people. Hey, you might even see Vito Gold down at the lanes, because I'm a kegler from way back. You know, we'll have a couple of cold ones, go roll the ball. But you know, there's one thing that you always got to know about when you're bowling. You know, if it's too cold, you might need some more beer to warm you up. If it's too hot, you might need some more beer to cool you down. Hey, how can you tell when to meet your buddies for bowling and get some good stuff done? Well, we got the answer here in the Vito Gold Empire. It's the bowling watchometer. That's right. Right here on the front, we got the very own watch. It tells you the time, so you can tell when you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there. And right here, boom, on the back, a thermometer to tell you what the temperature is on the lanes that you're bowling at. It's a watch, it's a thermometer, it's the Vito Gold bowling watchometer for only $9.99. That's $9.99 today, right here in our 2-hour shopping spectacular. And speaking of bowling, while you're going to the phones, we're gonna answer them and show you this little bit about some bowling. So let's roll that film and let's get you to the phones. It's the bowling watchometer with Vito Gold right here in the Dark Vault shopping spectacular.
Introducing the American way of life on the threshold of the golden 60s. Color, style, comfort, utility, and convenience. Recreation, fun. These are the ultimate desires of today, tomorrow, and the years ahead of us. Much sought-after features in our everyday surroundings that are relaxing, refreshing, and stimulating. And these are the very same features that Brunswick is building into the new dynamic recreation centers, where bowling and wholesome fun are the prime attraction. Here, for an era of increased leisure, is a new concept in color and custom coordinated equipment created by Brunswick designers and engineers. But whatever the creative concept, quality has always been a prime consideration. Time-tested Brunswick quality from the hand-selected, carefully dried bed stock that goes into the construction of these lanes to every piece of material that goes into the building of every piece of Brunswick equipment. Every item is quality created by engineers and design specialists whose never-ending search for quality has not only been the key to increased profits for bowling proprietors, but has also increased the pleasure of bowling for men and women of all ages in all walks of life. Here for today, tomorrow, and the years to come is Brunswick's concept of custom design, introducing a colorful new world to bowlers, set off with convenience, with comfort, with style, with color, and always with it all, Brunswick's high standard of quality. Here is Brunswick's striking new Gold Crown line. Designer colors that provide architect, decorator, and owner with an opportunity to coordinate color and equipment, and thus create a custom-designed atmosphere to suit individual tastes and needs. 6 basic Brunswick colors have been created to provide the proper atmosphere for recreation. And 3 graduated shades of each color produce the illusion of one monochromatic color, taking advantage of variations in distance and lighting. Here is the warmth of coral, the richness of gold, the quiet relaxation of green, the calm coolness of blue, the crisp, contemporary look of classic white, and the pleasure-packed attractiveness of tangerine. These 6 coordinated colors are Brunswick's unique and distinctive contribution to bowling, developed after intensive research and investigation of color preference. Their balanced values allow the architect and decorator to create any atmosphere desired. It is possible to use the colors singly or in any number of combinations, depending upon the selection of equipment and the decorative scheme that is desired. But regardless of choice, all of the colors complement the light, sculptured look of Brunswick's fabulous new Gold Crown line of bowling equipment and trim, functional seating. Here is the bright light atmosphere of refreshing recreation. Here is comfort, the Brunswick fiberglass bowler seating, constructed to fit natural body contours. All seating arrangements are now provided with backs. Maximum comfort even for scoring. The correct height, the correct writing angle, the correct working surface, a larger area with a durable, easy-to-clean melamine top, harmonizing with each of the new Brunswick colors. The improved exclusive Brunswick Telescore is unmatched in the field. Brilliant, crisp projection. And the auxiliary light for open play score sheets is another first that Brunswick brings to bowling. Also, the new simplified optical system is easy to operate, easy to clean, and remarkably easy to maintain. Overall design simplicity brings not only a smartness of line, but also an unobstructed approach to the ball return. And Brunswick's exclusive Subway Cluster Return is another great time saver that keeps the game moving. For here, each player's ball waits at the same convenient spot every time. The stainless steel tray has a 12-ball capacity to accommodate league competition. But these adjustable ball stops conveniently adapt the cluster for a reduced number of players. Here is time-saving convenience in keeping with the design harmony that adds fun to the game and potentially greater profits to the proprietor. But design harmony doesn't always include the players, and trip-ups at the foul line are electronically detected and signaled by the telefoul, a unit now completely self-contained with buzzer and light at the foul line where they belong. Nothing to distract other bowlers, no excess wiring to the pits, allowing more trouble-free operation, labor-saving installation, and minimum maintenance. And with the Subway Return, the enclosure gracefully delineates the path of the ball. And the exclusive new Power Lift not only eliminates the possibility of trapped balls beneath the surface, but also delivers the ball quietly and safely at virtually zero velocity. Where the Subway in-line ball return section is preferred or required, Brunswick offers a beautifully designed unit fully coordinated with the custom Gold Crown line. Again, Brunswick's revolutionary positive power lift is employed to provide long, efficient service. Only a Subway in-line unit can provide the approach division favored by many bowlers and still provide 4.5 feet of open approach for unobstructed follow-through. There is also the newly designed surface in-line return, popular with many bowlers and proprietors. Sleek, elegant, it has that Brunswick stamp of quality from stem to stern, with hand dryer built in at terminal end. Nothing to slow the play, nothing to interrupt the fun. As for the new single-lane pin setter masks that set the color and design theme, here is sculptured classic beauty. The perfect screen between the bowler and the pit. Here is precise lane definition with neither monotony nor distracting detail. Suitable for larger installations, another Brunswick first, the uniquely designed custom twin lane masking unit that separates lanes in pairs. But double or single, these masking units provide a correctly lighted target area. Nothing to distract from the serious bowler's game, nor from the fun of chalking up a strike. And with the quality-produced, reliable Brunswick automatic pin setter in action, there's never a hitch from frame to frame. For finer bowling, maximum profit, the Brunswick automatic pin setter gives smoother, quieter, more dependable and accurate pin setting. Amazing for its simplicity of design and construction, for the reliability of its operation, the Brunswick automatic is the heart of the Gold Crown custom-equipped lanes. Only the Brunswick automatic embodies complete mechanical direction of the entire pin setting function with these exclusive features. Gentle rocking action of the pit conveyor moves the ball and the pins from the pit to the ball and pin elevator. The Brunswick automatic is the only pin setter with an individual ball elevator for each machine. Faster ball return is guaranteed, providing increased lineage. Here is the pin elevator quickly removing pins from the pit, preventing excess joggling and wear. Brunswick's exclusive pin turret ensures immediate spotting of 10 new pins following each strike or second ball. The magic brain guides the Brunswick automatic pin setter. Through simple mechanical operation, it respots standing pins or sets 10 new ones. And the exclusive Brunswick scissor deck operation provides wider pin spotting range than any other pin setting machine. Never a pin off the exact spot. All of these exclusive Brunswick features are powered by a single 1 horsepower electric motor for added economy, defect-free operation, maximum profit, and more enjoyable bowling. Yes, Brunswick is automatically the world's finest pin setter. Every element of the remarkable Gold Crown line is engineered for maximum enjoyment of the game, as well as maximum profit for the proprietor of the modern recreation center. And as important as the profit-making potential is to the proprietor, Brunswick offers him the additional exclusive opportunity of custom selection. With architect and decorator, the proprietor can now build a bowling center, custom tailored to suit his individual tastes and desires. And this same Brunswick customized coordination of color and styling extends even beyond the playing area. For instance, the completely restyled Brunswick automatic ball cleaning and polishing machine provides a necessary service for bowler and source of profit to proprietor. Designed to fit flush against walls or in corners, the machine occupies a minimum of space and is built for years of trouble-free life. Customer-style locker rooms feature color, roominess, and convenience. There's a choice between the standard 2-bowler ball and shoe lockers and Brunswick's convenient new 2-bowler wardrobe lockers. Both are made of rugged steel, durable but lightweight, with cast aluminum doors. Sections of small lockers and large lockers may be combined with door colors in classic white, alternated with any of the other 5 custom colors. For shoe-changing convenience in the locker room, Brunswick provides comfortable custom-style locker benches of durable, easy-to-clean fiberglass with chrome-plated steel legs. And each bench features plenty of room for holding bowling balls. Everywhere in the modern recreation center is the ideal combination of pleasing atmosphere and functional utility. Everywhere is the feeling of fun and recreation. And Brunswick's incomparable gold crown line provides all the features for maintaining that light, bright, fun-loving spirit of the game. With the choice of 6 inspired colors and a coordinated selection of equipment, Brunswick makes it possible to create personalized, distinctive bowling centers such as these. Now, for the first time, each proprietor has the unique opportunity to custom design his own recreation center. For now, for the first time, he has the choice of single or twin lane masking units, the surface in line, the subway in line, or the cluster ball returns, bowler and spectator seating in an unlimited variety of arrangements, and other Brunswick exclusive features, all color coordinated. It is this personal, custom-tailored touch of distinction that will lure and hold an increasing number of bowlers today and in the promising years ahead. And it is Brunswick's promise to continue to provide new highs in pleasure for the bowlers and new highs in profits for the proprietors. A Brunswick quality-created combination that will make the bowling 60s a golden reality.
Hey there, viewers. Welcome back to the special 2-hour edition of the Shopping Spectacular of the Dark Vault of Public Domain with yours truly, Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire. You know, we're located right now broadcasting to yous from the newly remodeled Vito Shack in the Square Town Mall. That's right. We got this place looking sharp, I'll tell you. We accessorized this whole store with some 28-karat gold fixtures just to show you what you can do when you go home after buying stuff that you needs to buy from Vito Shack. And you know what else we got in here is a brand new sound system. Because Vito Gold does not only have accessories, we do not only have big ticket items, but we got the music that you needs to buy so you can listen to it when you get home. We got it all. We got it in the 8-track. We got it in the reel-to-reel. We got them all down here at the Vito Shack in the Square Town Mall. And you know, we're gonna show you now a little short about some music and listening to it, and something maybe you want to buy yourself a brand new outfit from the Vito Shack. We got the latest in stereo equipment with the only 28-karat gold needles to play all your records as well. So come on down, give us a call, get to those phones that open now, the numbers on your screen, and so is our next feature. It's the 2-hour spectacular just for shoppers like you from Vito Gold in the Dark Vault of Public Domain.
Listening to great music, such as Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet, is always a thrilling experience. And through the remarkable achievements of modern electronic recording, a performance like this may be enjoyed in our homes whenever we please. It's true, of course, that listening to music at home is a matter of personal preference and taste. Now, here's a man named Smith. He's the relax and drink in the beauty of it all type of listener. What have we here? Another Smith? He's of the look, Ma, I'm a conductor too school of listening. Looks like fun. And a third Smith? Yes, this Smith is one of those, did you hear that English horn over the viola tremolos type of listeners. Now, all these Smiths simply go to prove two things. One, different Smiths enjoy listening to music differently. Two, almost every home music lover is in search of the same thing. The truest, most lifelike reproduction of the original music possible. Or perfect fidelity. Or high fidelity. Or hi-fi. But what is hi-fi? And what's the difference between a high-fidelity record player and any good ordinary record player? So let's ask Smith. He should know. Excuse me. Could you tell us... Oh, yes, pardon me. You're listening, aren't you? Well, all right. It just so happens I know a Smith or two who also know a hi-fi when they hear it. No, that's not the hi-fi. That's Smith. What'd you say? I said, you're Smith. And could you tell us what hi-fi is?
That's what I thought you said. Hi-fi? Why, sure, you bet. Certainly I can tell you what hi-fi is.
What is it?
Hi-fi is sound reproduction from an instrument that has been especially designed and constructed to give you sound that will be, as nearly as possible, the same sound you would hear in the original playing. What you get in a hi-fi set is best described as presence, a feeling of life and nearness in the music. Once you've heard high-fidelity reproduction, you'll be hard to satisfy with anything less.
Say, you really did know, didn't you? Now, can you tell us how does one get high-fidelity reproduction?
I can. You know, of course, that most people hear sounds within a frequency range of 20 to 15,000 cycles.
I do? No, I don't.
Well, you know that the phenomenon called sound is a wave in the air, pulsing at a certain speed. Now, these waves hit the eardrum and are turned into vibrations, which the brain translates into what we call sound. Now, the waves pulsing slower than 20 times per second and faster than 15,000 times per second are mostly missed by the human ear. Now, these pulsations are referred to as cycles and are counted so many per second. Thus, the number of cycles per second in a given sound are described as its frequency. Are you with me?
Not exactly with you, but somewhere nearby.
Oh. Well, you can see the high and low frequency cycles of sound in that motion picture film you're showing. Now watch while I sing a low note. La. That was a low frequency sound, as you can see. Now, a high frequency sound. As you saw, that one pulsated much faster. Of course, most hi-fi enthusiasts insist that a hi-fi set must be able to reproduce all frequencies up to 15,000 cycles per second. Of course, when I build them...
Yes. Well, what would you say it takes to be a do-it-yourself hi-fi enthusiast like yourself?
Oh, doesn't take much. Only money, a thorough knowledge of electronics, a lot of spare time. Your wife threatens to leave you. But if you want real hi-fi, well...
And that's one Smith speaking. There are others. This Smith, for instance. Another do-it-yourself hi-fi enthusiast.
Oh, no. No, not me. I'm a component parts man.
Of course, stupid of me. What do you mean?
I simply mean that I assemble my hi-fi set from pre-assembled component units. Speaker, and amplifier, record player.
And do you think you can tell us what hi-fi is?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. You know that sound waves...
I know. We're up to where the sound comes out of the record.
Oh. Well, as the record plays, the needle wiggles at the right number of cycles per second which have been recorded. Now, this creates electrical impulses, which are then boosted by this amplifier and then pushed out through that speaker in the form of sound waves.
Then I suppose that the bigger and better the speaker, the higher the phi, so to speak, if you don't mind a bad pun.
Oh, I don't mind the pun. But you have to be careful with statements like that.
I said something wrong?
Well, I just don't want you to get the idea that merely by adding a big speaker to an ordinary record player or radio, you get high fidelity. All the components of a real hi-fi system have to be of the same high quality and properly balanced.
I see what you mean, and I'll watch that from now on. And tell me, do you have to be an electronic genius with nothing but spare time for this kind of hi-fi?
Oh, no. I simply buy the components, build and finish a cabinet for each, and hook them together. None of that messy do-it-yourself stuff for me.
And there's still another Smith's opinion on the subject of hi-fi. Are there more? At least one. There's this Smith, who seems to be enjoying all the advantages of true hi-fi the easy way. Would you call yourself a component parts man, a do-it-yourselfer, or what?
No, I'm strictly an enjoy-it-myself hi-fi enthusiast.
I see. You like it the easy way.
And yet every component of this set is the finest hi-fi equipment made. I get perfect high fidelity. Still, my work is confined to stacking records or loading tape, flicking a switch and listening. And what listening? For monaural listening, it just can't be beat.
I beg your pardon? For what kind of oral listening?
Monaural. That's what I've been listening to. Music from one sound source, like a record or a radio. Then there's stereophonic sound. Perhaps I better let you hear the difference.
That would be just dandy.
Now, this is a stereotape player. The sound here has been recorded on the tape magnetically. But mind you, this stereophonic tape player is not just ordinary hi-fi.
It isn't?
No, sir. This is hi-fi plus. This is a new dimension in sound. This is
what I want to hear already.
Okay, but when I push the button on the tape, you'll have to turn off the projector. Have you got that?
When I see you turn on the tape, I turn off the projector.
Right. Now.
Hey, that was great. Sensational. Terrific. What is it?
I told you. Stereophonic sound. A new dimension in sound.
Stop saying that and tell me what. How?
Well, it's fairly simple.
I've heard that before, too.
Well, you know that natural sound is received through our two ears from all directions. So when you sit in a concert hall, you hear the music not only from directly ahead, but from both sides, overhead, and below. But because one ear is usually a little farther from any one sound than the other, you don't quite hear the same sound at the same time in both ears. Thus, you can determine direction.
And that's what happens with the two-speaker system.
Yes, but be careful. Don't get the idea that two speakers on an ordinary hi-fi set will give you stereophonic sound. They won't. You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on two separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on two separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording. But I'm able to use the speaker on my regular hi-fi because the manufacturer has made provision for this sound of the future. You get the idea?
Oh, yes, I've got it. But I wish you'd explain it to me.
It's really very simple.
Now, let's not start that again.
You remember when these were standard equipment in every parlor?
Sure, a stereoscope. Hey, a ray of light. Stereoscope, stereophonic.
Right, that's where the name comes from, because the visual principle involved here has been applied to sound. The only difference between these two pictures is that they were photographed by cameras set slightly apart, about as far apart as the distance between one's two eyes. And when seen through the viewer, the two blend together to create an illusion of depth and width. You see what I mean?
Oh, yes, I've got it.
Now, in stereophonic recording, the same principle is used. Two separate groups of microphones are placed from 8 to 20 feet apart, and each group records on a separate track.
I'm with you now. The separate sound tracks play over separate speaker systems.
Correct. And when the listeners are centrally located in front of the two speaker systems, they get the illusion of sound coming from a wide area, as if a full orchestra were in the room.
Sounds great. But who can afford a full orchestra in the living room? Or even a reasonable facsimile?
You can. Nearly everyone can. They're amazingly inexpensive. And new and more exciting stereophonic tapes are being put on the market every day. Would you like to hear a sample?
I'm with you.
All right, let's try Ferdy Groffet's Grand Canyon Suite, as recorded by the Boston Pops Orchestra, with Arthur Fiedler conducting. It'll make you feel as if you're really in the Grand Canyon.
Wait a minute. I can do a few tricks too, you know. You let me hear the Grand Canyon and I'll let you see it.
It's a deal. Are you ready?
Let her go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the clones will take your order. Yeah, they'll take care of you. Yeah, we love you too down here at the Vito Shack. Yeah, thanks a lot. That mom, she can't resist buying stuff. Hey there, viewers. Vito Gold here, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire, bringing you tonight's 2-hour shopping spectacular in the dark vault of public domain. You know, we got all the stuff that you needs to buy. Like, well, say you're throwing a party. You got all your friends over and you want to be able to show off all your records because you got the records to play at the party. You want them to be able to see them records. We got the answer for you right here in our next item. It's the Vito Gold 28 karat gold record holder. That's right. For only $99.99, you can own this for your very own. That's right, you got the places here where you can stick the records, but not only that, it's got 4 feet. So you can set this down on a table and you don't even got to hold it all night long. Plus, if you buy this tonight before the end of our 2-hour shopping spectacular, I, Vito Gold, will throw in absolutely free this here record for your next party. It's background music, volume 2, bright and bouncy, and let me tell you, the dames love it. Not only that, but look, it fits just like that. And you can have one of those in one of these in your home. This is the stuff you needs to buy, and all you got to do is call up this number right here. The clones are waiting. They will answer and take your order. For me, Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Enterprises, right now we got another little bit about listening to stereo. What's that? You say stereo? We got that covered too with our brand new. It's brand new, folks. It's our new iPod. It's got not one, but it's got two earphones, one for each of your ears, so you can listen to your stereo music when you just are walking around or maybe even shopping at the Vito Shack. So here's some stuff about some stereos. Here's some products you needs to buy, and it's coming from me, your buddy, Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire, right here tonight in the dark vault of public domain.
This is Bob Baggs, Marketing Manager, Radio and Victrola Division of RCA Victor.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle. It's dramatically new. It's an RCA Victor exclusive, made possible only through years of research, inventions, and innovations. Living stereo, played on a record, through the all-new 2-in-1 RCA Victor stereo orthophonic high-fidelity Victrolas. In this speaker, you can hear the left-hand section of the orchestra predominating. In this one, the right-hand section predominates. And together, they give us the fullness of living stereo. Two separate and distinct soundtracks. One from one side of the orchestra for one speaker system. Another track from the other side of the orchestra for the second speaker system. Yet both are coming from one record, one groove, picked up by one stylus. almost like playing two different tunes on the same violin at the same time. To understand how this can be done, let's first recall how regular one-track recording is accomplished. Sound waves reaching the microphone are changed into impulses of electric current. Increased in strength by the amplifier, they flow to the cutting head, moving it back and forth and cutting from side to side in the groove of the record. To play it back, we substitute a stylus for the cutting head. The tip of the stylus swerves back and forth, side to side in the groove, bending the ceramic bar to which the stylus is attached. When a ceramic bar is bent, tiny impulses of electric current are produced. These impulses of current, again strengthened by an amplifier, are carried to the speaker, where they are converted back into sound, the same sound we had at first. Now let's compare a regular record groove having only one soundtrack with the revolutionary new living stereo groove having two separate soundtracks. The soundtrack made by one section of the orchestra is on this side of the groove, while the soundtrack from the other section of the orchestra is on the other side. To play it, we use a special stereo pickup developed, designed, and most important, manufactured by the Radio and Victrola division of RCA. In this pickup, the stylus is fastened to two ceramic bars instead of one. As the tip of the stylus moves to the right, it bends the bar on the left, producing impulses of current. As it moves to the left, it bends the bar on the right, again producing current. Now let's take another look at our living stereo record groove with its two separate soundtrack impressions, one on each side. In cross-section, it looks like this. A V-shaped groove, 45 degrees on each side. Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove. As the record turns, the right side of the groove reproduces the sound from the left-hand section of the orchestra. The left side of the groove reproduces the sound from the right-hand section. Now, both at once, two totally different soundtracks coming from one groove, on one record, with one stylus. This is living stereo. It means that stereophonic recording has been brought down from a relatively expensive hobby into the price and convenience range of the average family, giving them the tremendous musical experience of living stereo, and doing so at popular prices everyone can afford. They will come in a brilliant variety, every kind of music for every kind of taste. Along with the new records comes a complete, dramatically new line of RCA Victor 2-in-1 stereo orthophonic Victrolas, covering the entire price range. All models will play monoraily as well as stereophonically. In other words, it will play any record, whether 78, 45, 33 1/3, 16 2/3, or the new living stereo record, and all in thrilling new living sound. In addition, for those customers who have purchased or may want to purchase new orthophonic high-fidelity Victrolas and who may at a later date want to convert to living stereo, RCA Victor will offer amplifiers, stereo pickups, speaker cabinets, and the necessary leads to permit a simple and inexpensive conversion. And now, while Ferdy Groffe's brilliant and beautiful Grand Canyon Suite is being played, you are going on a ride on the diamond tip of RCA Victor's new living stereo stylus as it plunges down through a canyon of sound where music is made. Living stereo. on RCA Victor's new 2-in-1 stereo orthophonic high-fidelity Victrolas. RCA Victor, again, is first. The first in the industry to announce a complete new line of 2-in-1 stereo orthophonic high-fidelity Victrolas. It's the most tremendous new musical experience you can have. And now it's available for everyone.
Hey there, viewers. Vito Gold here of the Vito Gold Empire, and let me welcome you back to tonight's 2-hour shopping spectacular, where we got bargains, bargains, bargains for use. You know, Vito Gold does not only supply fantastic looking accessories and all the things to decorate and outfit your home and homes away from home, but we got the stuff what keeps you going too. That's right, we got the foodstuffs here at Vito Shack that make you happy and make you healthy and keep you going. Like our most popular item, Kung Fu Crunch. That's right, with Shaolin Snake and Crane right there inside. This stuff has 9 non-essential vitamins. Our non-essential vitamins are the most important kind that you can get in Kung Fu Crunch. Let me tell you, from my personal staff of scientific researchers, they tell me that that's what we got in here, and you know, because it says so right on the box of Kung Fu Crunch. Well, you know, sometimes you gotta put a little liquid on this too, maybe wash it down, maybe you've been mowing the lawn, you're a little thirsty. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. It's Pepe Lowbrow. It's the tequila that bites, and the Vito Shack is the exclusive retail outlet to buy this stuff right here that is the only tequila that bites. It's Pepe Lowbrow, and we also got a new shipment in of Tequila Mockingbird. That's right, with a real bird head in every bottle. You can't buy that at your liquor store. You got to come to Vito Shack. But tonight, you can call up on the telephone. That's right, we'll have the clones bring it to your house. They might want to hang out for a little while, but who knows? At least you'll have some Pepe Lowbrow to make it all better. You know what? I got a guy named Pedro. Well, I guess his name is Pete, like in Uncle Pete. And he got this very favorite thing. He likes cars, he likes pirates, and he loves this next feature we're showing. It's called Peg Leg Pedro. Grab yourself some Pepe Lowbrow. If you don't got none, get some. While we're showing you this, call the number on your screen. It's Vito Gold 2-hour shopping spectacular in the dark vault of public domain.
I'm a deep-water sailor, just come from Hong Kong. To me way, I blow the man down. If you give me some silver, I'll sing you a song. Oh, give me some time to blow the man down. Behind the 8-ball, I first take my time. To me way, I blow the man down.
Behind the 8-ball, he has wasted his prime. Oh, give him some time to blow the man down.
Wise guy, huh? Tinkers and tailors and soldiers and all. To me way, I blow the man down. That's one good sailor behind the 8-ball. Oh, give him some time to blow the man down.
15 hairs and a dead man's chest.
Many brave hearts lie asleep in the hills of the
Calling all pirates, calling all pirates. Calling all pirates, ship off board, calling all pirates.
Come on, baby, kids, get dressed. We're going to have company.
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
You will? And you like it?
All right, I will. But I won't like
You're the decoy. Shut up, you brat. Help a poor mother and a little child. Pipe down. Help, 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 help. To the rescue.
They fell for it. All right. Foul strike one.
Now I can buy me a purple shirt with pearl buttons. Why, that dirty crook. Getting so you can't trust anyone these days.
Shucks, there's more than 1,000, I betcha.
But how can we take it with us?
I've been a bad boy. I should have listened to my mother.
But gosh, how can we get home?
Worry, 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 worry. I got it.
Of all the sailors' girls you know, yo-ho, my lads, yo-ho, yo-ho. There's none like Nancy Lee at shore. Yo-ho, my lad, yo-ho. See there she stands and waves her hands upon the quay. And every day when I'm away she'll watch for me. And whisper low and gently blow for Jack and see. Yo-ho, that's all, that's all. The harbor's past, the wind is wild and free. Yo-ho, we go across the sea. It's long and we can say it home to me. So here's a helping hand.
We certainly fixed those pirates, didn't we?
Across the sea, 'tis long that we can say at home we'll be. So here's a help to Nancy Lee, Nancy Lee.
Hey there, viewers. Vito Gold here with you tonight in the 2-hour shopping spectacular from the Vito Shack. That's right, located in the newly remodeled Vito Shack in the Square Town Mall. Don't forget to visit our other Vito Shack location at the Spider Mill Playhouse. That's right, that's only 9.99 kilometers away from this here Vito Shack right here. And you can get all the stuff you needs to buy at that Vito Shack as well. You know, a lot of you folks out there, you got cameras. They got them cameras now, they're called digital cameras. They got microchips in them. They got batteries and TV screens, and you're always losing them chips, and you're always running down them batteries, and you can't take them pictures you want. Well, we got the answer for yous. That's right, we got the answer right here in our newest shipment of the latest technology of photographic wizardry. It's the camera of the future. It don't require no microchips. It don't require no batteries. And it's got a brand new technology that my boys developed special called film. We put that in the camera. You point that at what you want to take the picture of, and all you got to do is push that button right there. That's right, I just took a picture of all of yous watching tonight. How about that? And look it right here on the front. If you don't got nothing to take a picture of, we got these two things that go like that, and you can keep busy for hours with this. It's the brand new technology for cameras that yous needs to buy, and you can get this It's only $199.99. That's right, $199.99. Film not included, but available at all Vito Shacks. And tonight, you can call up and buy it in the 2-hour shopping spectacular. While you're watching this next one, which appropriately is called Television, which users watching right now, we'll get these ready just for you. It's Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire, in the dark vault of public domain. 2-hour shopping spectacular. Smile.
And here it is, the greatest advance in television since color television itself. The ultimate in performance and convenience. 7-function remote control color television, so beautiful it enhances any decor. Clean, modern styling. No knobs or gadgets in sight. Superb cabinetry, master crafted of the finest woods. But the outstanding feature of this great new color set, the one big feature that sets it apart, is an amazing new wireless wizard electronic remote control. So perfected, you can operate every control, all 7 functions, and each function is completely variable. Tint, color, brightness, volume, fine tuning, channel selection, on-off. You can tune either with the remote unit from your easy chair or use the push-button panel in the cabinet. Here, hidden, is the push-button panel. It operates exactly in the same way as the wireless remote unit. These rocker bars control all of the necessary tuning functions. To use the 7-function wireless wizard remote control, turn on the power for the remote amplifier at the set. From then on, the set is operative on remote push-button tuning. This red button lights up and signals that the remote amplifier is on and ready for use. Take the remote unit from its handy storage space, and you're set for hours of pure pleasure. Enjoy your favorite programs, black and white or color. Turn the set on, select your channel, see all color shows in living color. Once you've adjusted fine-tuning for each channel, you never need touch fine-tuning again, either at the set or on the remote unit. But if you want, touch, and you can adjust fine-tuning to suit your taste at any time. If you overtune on this or any other control, just push the companion button to reverse the direction of the control. In the same way, press this rocker bar to adjust the color, variable all the way from black and white to maximum color intensity. To adjust the tint control for natural face tones, press the right rocker bar, or the left. Lets you enjoy the picture you want, the way you want to see it. Right at your fingertips, adjust brightness, lighter, darker. Like all the controls on this remote unit, the volume is fully variable. Select any volume you want. Should the telephone ring or guests arrive and you want to lower the sound for conversation, turn the volume down to your taste. Or surround yourself with room-filling 4-speaker sound. To change channels, press this bar. See all regular programs in crisp, clear, black and white. This selector button changes channels clockwise, in ascending order. to pre-selected local channels, while this front window channel indicator lets you know at a glance what channel you're viewing, even from across the room. This button changes channels counterclockwise to lower numbered stations. When you want to turn off picture and sound, just press this button. It turns off the set amplifier, but the separate remote control amplifier is still on, ready for you to return to any later program you wish to see. To turn off this separate remote amplifier, press this button on the push-button panel. When the red pilot light is extinguished, you know both amplifiers are turned off. Yes, here is the ultimate in television, a supreme achievement in television engineering. A color set that puts RCA Victor years ahead in dependable performance, armchair convenience, luxurious styling. A set where the pride of ownership is truly second only to the pleasure.
Hey viewers, welcome back to the Vito Gold 2-hour shopping spectacular in tonight's Dog Vault, the public domain. We're bringing you bargains that you can't believe. We're bringing you the deal of a lifetime again and again and again right here tonight. You can call us up by anything you see. You can go to Vito Shack and you can get the stuff that you needs to buy. And you know what? There's something that you really needs to buy. And that's my little buddy right back there. That's Vito Bot. Vito Bot is the miracle of the ages. He can do it all for you. He can bring you your beer. He can do your laundry. He can hang out and talk to you. And if you got one of them, baby, let me tell you, the dames love them. You get a Vito Bot and your friends won't think you're a loser no more. It's the thing you got to have, and you can have one for only $999.99. $999.99. You too can have your very own Vito Bot, your little robot pal that'll stay with you, hang with you, party with you, and just do everything that you want to do that's cool, because he don't do nothing that isn't cool. And speaking of robots, hey, we got a little robot here. It's in Leave It to Rollo. It's our next feature. So what do you think? Get yourself a Vito Bot while we're showing you this. Call the number on your screen. Hey, Monkey Hammer, what's the verdict on that? The verdict is guilty of the bargain of a lifetime. Vito Bot, $999.99 from your pal Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Enterprises, and tonight's 2-hour shopping spectacular in the Dog Vault, the public domain.
There, miss. You see, the heterodynes are feeding back into the stimulus reaction activators, causing non-snaps of the motor control resistor units.
Oh, that's good.
No, lady, that's bad. But your regenerative circuits are tuned asynchronously, and that causes concatenation in the intermediate amplifiers.
Well, that's bad, isn't it?
No, that's good. From now on, I don't think there'll be the slightest trouble with your robot. Your domestic problems are completely solved.
Well, thank you very much.
That's perfectly all right. And if there's anything else you want to know about your robot, don't hesitate to give us a ring. Good day.
Rollo, answer the door.
Sign here.
Lars, Rollo, fix. Yes, ma'am. Rollo, get.
Yes, Rollo the robot, the chromium-plated butler, is just a daydream after all. But not so Rollo's little brother and sister robots, the millions of small mechanical servants that never ask for afternoons off, the amazing machines and gadgets that almost seem to think for themselves. The tiny clockwork brains and heat regulators on our kitchen stoves apparently do almost everything except read the cookbook. Thinking machines like this keep golden brown slices of toast from turning into slabs of charcoal and keep the coffee hot until we're ready to start dunking. Then there's a tea kettle that's been trained never to boil dry. When the water is gone, the kettle simply pulls out its own attachment plug. And here's a gadget that ought to rate a bow from every dog in the country. A Fido feeder that never forgets when the pup is dining home alone and the rest of the family is dining out. What's more, it tells him when to come and get it. In offices and schoolrooms, too, robots have learned to turn on the lights. This little electric eye measures the amount of daylight coming in the windows. When the light level outside drops below the requirement for good visibility, this robot throws a switch, and the first bank of lights goes on. No robot machine has ever been accused of being absent-minded or careless at its work. Here, a robot that never sleeps nor winks, nor looks out the window, stands guard over the men who work at this giant press. As long as the robot can see the man, the press won't budge an inch, and that's mighty important on a big job like this. Did you ever hear of anyone getting his lap caught in an elevator door? That can't happen here, because as long as there's anything in the way, this door can't close. Step back, please. There's plenty of room in the rear of the car. All right, then, don't step back. Just take a deep breath and hang on to yourself. One little robot, for example, always remembers to serve drinks when it sees anyone walking around with a thirst. A beam of light is aimed across the fountain and into an electric eye. When the beam of light is broken by a solid object, such as this head, the electric eye control opens the faucet, and there's your drink. This particular device is an automatic fire sprinkler. Someday, maybe someone will invent a robot that can take a joke. Some robots have even learned to fly. Tiny automatic brains in giant airliners, sensitive to the slightest change in balance or direction, relieve the busy pilots of the job of keeping the wings level, the nose on the horizon, and the plane headed in the right direction. Don't look now, but this motor car is simply full of robots. In the carburetor is a diet specialist, a brainy collection of jets and valves and floats that serve a health menu of gasoline calories and fresh air vitamins to the engine, a menu that varies with every change in speed or load. The engine likes its meals served not too hot and not too cold. So in the intake manifold, another mastermind with a nervous system sensitive to heat uses hot exhaust gases to warm the mixture before it goes into the engine. Step right up close to the platform and see the Siamese robots. These robots attached to the distributor are always worrying about the spark in the engine. One is sure that the spark ought to be advanced. The other is equally sure that it ought to be retarded just a trifle. But they never argue. Each takes his turn according to the speed and load, and between them, they manage to stage a grand performance every time they go on the road. One little robot, a very small but intelligent brain, sits up back of the engine in the voltage regulator and keeps close tabs on the generator to see that the generator makes enough current to keep the battery fully charged, but not too full. And still another deep thinker rides way up in front. Its job is to keep water from cooling off in the radiator until the engine is warmed up to a good working temperature. Then, in the vacuum power gear shift, there's a robot strongman who thrives on almost nothing at all. With a bit of a vacuum, this sturdy fellow can almost shift for himself, if we'll just tell him what we want him to do. Robots have even taken up the art of dial twisting in our radios. All we need to do is push the button and listen. Driving wouldn't be half so much fun if we didn't have that phantom crew of intelligent robots to help us. Every day, in our homes and offices, as well as in our motor cars, hundreds of these little robots are doing more things for us than we realize, taking care of the routine tasks and leaving us free to live and work and play in greater ease and comfort and safety.
Hey viewers, welcome back to tonight's 2-hour shopping spectacular with Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire, the guy what brings you all the 28 karat gold accessories that you could ever want. That's right, 28 karat gold. You can't get that no place but from Vito Gold. And you know, when you're wearing all this gold, well, you gotta protect yourself sometime, because a lot of folks, they want your stuff, but you don't want to let them have it. Well, we got a whole line of self-defense products here at Vito Shack. Of course, yous all know about Snap Fu, but we got a brand new item, never before shown, brand new at Vito Shack. That's right, it's our self-defense bunny. Now what you say, that bunny, how can that help me? Well, this bunny is not only a personal safety alarm, but these razor sharp ears, they will turn back any potential attacker who wants to take your 28 karat gold accessories. Yeah, that's sharp. You can throw that, you can wave that, you can do anything with that, and nobody gonna mess with you. Plus, hey, when Easter comes, you're all set. You got a nice bunny decoration to hang up. And it's never too early to think about the holidays. That's right, because Vito Gold, he loves holidays, and we got the stuff yous needs to buy for each and every one of them too. So give us a call. Get the very first self-defense bunny on your block, and while you're calling that up, well, why don't you watch yourself a little bit more of this? The number's on the screen. It's Vito Gold, 2-hour shopping spectacular, and it's happening right here tonight in the Dog Vault of Public Domain.
The Vito Gold Spring Cleaning Sale Spectacular is now underway. All Vito Gold 9000s are on sale for only $99.99. Laundry detergent is only $9.99 All Vito box have been reduced to $99.99 Vito Gold handcrafted corks have been reduced to 99 cents. Get the George Burns Mean Clean Cooking Machine for $9.99. You can find all this and more at any Vito Shack store. Why not visit our newest location, near the Square Town Mall, about 2 miles away from our Spider Mill Playhouse store.
Yeah, listen, Azul the Vaca, you and Jimmy, I know you're stuck in China, but I'm telling you, we don't got no room on none of the freighters that we're shipping from there to here. We got them filled with the stuff that the people needs to buy. We can't give you no ride back. Oh, you gotta find your... How'd you get this number anyway on my special phone? Wait, I gotta go. The folks wants to buy some more stuff. Good luck to you. We'll work it out someday. Hey, you keep looking for a job there, buddy. Oh boy. Hey. Oh, hi there, folks. Vito Gold here on the 2-hour shopping spectacular in the dark vault of public domain. We are bringing you the stuff that you needs to buy right here, and you don't even got to go to the Vito Shack. But you should, cause it's newly remodeled and it's pretty spectacular. But you can call on your phone and get the stuff you see tonight. And you know, there is something that always goes good for the dames. I'll tell you, we got the stuff for everybody, but sometimes we got the stuff that the dames just love extra special. What am I talking about? Dames go nuts for the perk. That's right, the original perk available only from Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Enterprises. Remember the perk? That's right. You got the string here so you can hang it up. You got a hole right through here. You got a place here where you can put stuff and another place here where you can put more stuff. And don't forget, you got a perk. You never go broke, because right there, there's money, real money. No Canadian stuff here. We're talking real American money in every single perk. Well, you say, hey Vito, you know, that perk, maybe I can't afford that, or maybe I got like a cheap cousin, I want to give him a gift and I don't want to give him something that good. Well, we got brand new, the budget perk. That's right, it's the budget perk. It's got a hole through here. It's got a space where you can put stuff on, but you don't got all them fancy extras. But it's still a perk, and you can get one from Vito Shack or right here tonight on the Vito 2-hour spectacular of shopping bargains for yous. Well, that's not all, because for the first time anywhere on TV, we introduce Perk 2. That's right, Perk 2. Look, it's got some of your favorite features from Perk 1. It's got this string where you can hang it up. It's got this hole that, look, it goes right through both sides. And it's got this hooky thing here that you can grab on the stuff with. You can hook on things. But don't forget, it's a perk, so it's got money. Real American money, no Canadian stuff in here. Yeah, well, you say, hey, Vito Gold, I like them perks, but, you know, I like making things with my hands. We got that covered too, folks. It's the brand new do-it-yourself perk kit. That's right. It comes with one board right here with a perk hidden inside. That's right. All you got to do is remove everything on this that isn't a perk, and you got a perk right here in your hand. Plus, as a special extra bonus, we will add the piece of string that you can put through the hole that you will make when you take the stuff out of the hole. And don't forget, it's real money. It'll be in there too. It's the do-it-yourself perk. It's Perk 2. It's Budget Perk. And it's Perk 1. The dames will go crazy. You looking for that perfect gift for your anniversary? We got it covered with all the perks, and it's right here. It's tonight's 2-hour shopping spectacular with Vito Gold in the dark vault of public domain.
She is. She is single and fun-loving. She is engaged. She is newly married. Not so newly married. She has no children. She has one child. She has many children. She even has grandchildren. She may be exclusively a homemaker. Or she may hold a part-time job. Or she works in an office full-time. She enjoys her leisure time. She participates in community affairs. She's athletic. To a degree. She travels. And she spends money. In any case, our consumer is a real person, one of a large group of individuals that make up our consumer world.
Hey there, viewers. Welcome back to the 2-hour shopping spectacular with Vito Gold, mastermind of the Vito Gold Empire, bringing you the bargains that you can't believe. That's right. We've been going all night now, bringing you stuff that you needs to buy. The phones are ringing. They're melting down. They're ringing so much because yous know this is stuff that yous got to have. And boy, I tell you, we're getting close to the end of the spectacular, and we got so much stuff. Well, I just got to show you a bunch of it. Hey, you got an extra large pair of drawers you got to hang up? We got you covered. Hey, you got a clone needs a new chip implant in his brain to get him straightened out? We got you covered. You got some Radonians you need to vaporize? Hey, we got you covered. Hey, you need one of these? We got you covered. It's all here at Vito Shack. We got it on sale from 99 cents to $999.99. We got it all. We got the stuff yous needs to buy, and we will supply it to you. All you got to do is go to the phone, call that number on your screen, and buy something. And if you buy something tonight, that's right, during our 2-hour shopping spectacular, Vito Gold will supply you absolutely free with a copy of our magnificent wrestling action spectacular film, Carnage Carnival. That's right, the movie you've heard about, the legendary Carnage Carnival, in any format you want. VHS, Beta, 1-inch tape, you name it, we got it, and it's just for you. If you buy something tonight from the 2-hour shopping spectacular, a free copy of Carnage Carnival. That's right. Hey, you got an old car? Well, we got some old springs we can sell you too. Get to the phone, give us a call. The clones are standing by. So you watch this, you think about what you needs to buy, call us up, and we will connect you with the stuff. That's right, right here tonight with Vito Gold and the Dark Vault, a public domain 2-hour shopping spectacular.
I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along, just rolling along. Well, I'll be... He's the kind of a guy that made the automobile people think up hydraulic brakes. Hey there! Why don't you get out and let one of those chickens drive? Yes, sir. He sure thinks he's the only fella on the road. I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along, just rolling along. I'm quitting the blues of... Hey, you! I'd like to get a look at that dude. Oh, smart, eh? To him, a sign is just something to shoot at. Why don't you get some glasses so you can read those signs? Oh, my old pal, huh? Twin brother to a chicken. Well, of all the... Can you tell me why that guy had to park out there in the middle of the street? Oh boy, what a turn. They keep going around corners like that, they'll change that sign to just buried. I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along. Hey, why don't you look where you're going? If I had a truck, I'd plow right through that guy. There's a road hog if I ever saw one. Say, are you short-sighted between the ears or something? That means get over! Oh, now there's a guy right behind me, riding on my bumper, waiting to slam into me the next time I stop. Say, is your arm paralyzed? No, but your foot must have been. Your hand must have been paralyzed too, mister. Why, you palooka, you! Of all the idiots! I might have known. Chicken head? Holy smokes! The same mugs. Why, they're in my hair. They're everywhere. Well, I'll be a... How did you ever get a license to drive? Come on, you big sap. Get out of that car and I'll... You know I was in that... Oh, wait a minute. It's not needed. You want to see the other fella. Why don't you pitch him? Wait a minute. You can't do that. Hey, listen, it's fellas like him that cause all the accidents. They shouldn't be allowed to drive. Oh, I'll tell it to the judge. Oh, wait a minute. But listen, Judge, I tell you... But we were coming down the street and I was backing in here and he was backing in...
You know, we all can improve driving conditions only when we see in ourselves a reflection of the other fellow. We won't be so quick to jump on him when we realize that we ourselves are the other fellow. A good way to keep out of trouble is to let the other fellow in on the big secret of what we're going to do next.
Thank you, Judge. From now on, I put myself in the other fellow's place. I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling along, just rolling along.
All of us are the other fellow. And when we all realize that we are the other fellow to everybody else, we'll all keep out of trouble by letting him know what we're going to do next. This is the correct way to signal the other fellow that you are going to stop. This is the way to signal that you're going to pull over or make a turn to the right. This is the signal when you're going to turn to the left. This is the way to say you're going to slow up for an intersection. This is the way to signal the fellow behind that it is safe to pass. Use these hand signals. Always show the other fellow what you're going to do next. Give him the hand brakes. It'll save on the foot brakes and make the other fellow a safe and satisfactory companion on our streets and highways.